revision now, okay? It's kind of weird. I'm talking to you right now. I can see you. Well, you guys are going to hear that next week. You want to say hello to yourself when we're going to see you next week?
Thanks. How are you doing?
Okay. So, as you are sitting here nicely doing revision on areas and perimeter, next week you're going to do calculate surface area and volume, and do also a revision exercise. The revision is in page 250, and there's a table that has all the formulas for the surface area and volume of all the shapes that we work with. And I really recommend you to begin with just sit at home and copy all these formulas. It will just help you kind of remember them. And then get on start with the questions, just as you did last week. Go through, choose which question you want to do, check their memo, okay, make sure if I didn't send you the memo, give me a shout. And then go through the question one by one. If there's any problem, just ask me. I'm going to solve one question, which is difficult. Okay? There's some really, really difficult ones. Okay? As always, I would suggest that you focus on the easy and medium ones. Don't worry too much about the hard one. Okay? But I will do one example of a hard one. So we have a cheese wedge. This is question C, on page 251. And the cheese wedge is in the box, circle. There's a whole bunch of stuff there that you can do, and it's not too difficult. But there's two difficult questions about the cheese wedge. Already one. I need to do that one first. So first they're asking us to calculate the volume and the surface area of the cheese wedge. Okay? Another wedge of the whole cheese cylinder. Okay? So to calculate the volume, okay, we know what we're doing. We're doing pi r squared times h. Okay? So pi is just pi. The radius. What is the radius? Well, if this whole distance from here to here is 11 centimeters, then the radius is half of that. Okay? So the radius is 5.5 squared. And we time that by the height, okay? That the distance from one circle to the other, which is 2 centimeters, that is going to be the volume. Okay? We're going to just feed that into the calculator. Okay, so 5.5 squared times 2 times pi, and I'm getting 190.07. 190.07, and because we work with centimeters, it's going to be centimeter cubed. Okay, now next thing, the surface area. Surface area, to wrap the whole thing. Okay, so the surface area, okay, is going to be 2 pi r squared, the top and the bottom circles, plus the area around it, that little strip around it, which we know the area is 2 pi r h. So we're going to do 2 times, I'm going to write it down here. It'll be 2 pi times radius squared, which radius we said is 5.5 squared. Okay? Plus 2 pi times 5.5 times h, which we know is 2. Let's feed that into the calculator. Okay, 2 pi times 5.5 squared plus 2 pi times 5.5 times 2 equal, I'm getting 259.18. 251.18. What will be the units of this? Is the surface area, units of area, a centimeter squared. Okay? So we calculated the surface area and the volume of this cheese cylinder. That is supposed to be pretty easy. Okay? We've done stuff like that this week. What is difficult, what I want to show you is how to calculate now the surface area and the volume of one wedge. The first one, the volume, is a little bit, it's not easy, but it's easier. Now think about it. We need to see how many wedges are inside the cheese cylinder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like a pizza. So if the whole volume of the whole cheese cylinder is 190.07, what will be the volume of one wedge? Correct. We just need to divide by 8. So it's going to be 190.07 divided by 8. Okay? I'm going to put that in the calculator. 190.07 divided by 8. Oh, what did I do? See? And I got 23.76. 23.76 centimeter cubed. So that's the volume. Okay, just common sense. We have 8 wedges, so the volume of each one of them will be the volume of the whole cheese divided by 8. Now surface area. Now, first thing you might think, well, we're just going to do the same thing, okay? If I found the surface area of the whole cheese is this 251, then the surface area of the wedge, of one wedge, will just be 251 divided by 8, right? So 251,18 divided by 8. So let's do that. 251,18 divided by 8. And I'm getting 31,3975. Okay? Okay, I'll write it down. So I've got 30. You'll see in a minute why I write it like that. 31,3975. 3975. Now, why am I not writing it as the final answer? Because the answer is that it's not the final answer. If I just divide the whole surface area by 8, I'm not going to count in these two surfaces. This one and the one that is on the other side. I can't do it because you can't see it. Okay? So imagine this cheese slice. We've got this bit and that bit, which we didn't count into the surface area. What did we do count in the surface area? We count the top, the bottom, and the one outside. The outside bit. We didn't count any of the inside stuff. So I also need to calculate the surface area of this rectangle, and in fact there's 2 of them. So let's try and think, what is the length of that rectangle? What length do we have? So this one is the same as this one. This is just going to be 2 centimeters. And this one is basically the length of that, which is the radius, which is 5,5. So to this number, I need to add the area of this rectangle, 2 times 5,5. And remember, we said we have 2 of these rectangles, one on this side, one on the other side. So I need to times it by 2. Tricky stuff, eh? What do you reckon? Grade 8, and you guys grade 9. Grade 9 from last week to grade 9 to next week. What do you want to say to yourself?
Don't fail.
What? Give yourself a message.
Do not fail.
Do not fail.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Alright. So it's a tricky one. I told you, that's like a really hard, difficult question. Okay? So anyway, to get the full answer, you just need to feed that into the calculator. I'm not going to do it for you. You can do it. Okay? But as I told you before, if I were you, we're going to focus on the easy questions and the middle ones. Okay? And that's how we put it in the test. First, in each topic, we put an easy question, and then one which is a little bit more difficult. At the end, we put a little difficult one. Don't worry about the tough one. Just try and get the easy one, and the middle one, try and get as much as you can from it. Right? I'll see you guys next week.